Hello. See if this works. Alright, live stream test. Let's see how this is going to work. Basically what I've been doing is I've been painting the lance. I bought these, they're the beginner sculpts from Ironwood Metals. I was able to get my hands on them. These are actually some of my favorites, especially this Catapult. Oh man, this camera doesn't zoom in. But yeah, I'm going to be chilling out and painting. I think I'm going to do some Rasselhog Republic theme. Maybe something different. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be messing with colors. Alright, let me see. Hopefully it doesn't cut out, but this will be a good test. If this actually tests okay and sounds decent, I'll probably start doing live games too. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's see. What do I want to try? So far, what I did with these, I already had them primed. I waited for them to dry. I already did all the, remove it and all the mold lines and that. So all I really did was I primed them white, because that's the only color I have, and then I used Army Painter, and I actually used Necromancer Cloak as the first coat. That's all I did so far. That's why they're kind of dark right now, but I'm kind of hoping... I got some other colors like Darkstone and that. I was going to try and see how they work. Yeah, man, new logo. I'm no artist. I basically just made it in Microsoft Paint. Whatever, like a high resolution and that is, but I'm no professional. But Adam said it looked clean, so we ran with it. Oh boy, I'm getting yelled at by my cat right now. Hi, Daddy. Here's Natasha. Natasha Perinsky, this is our three-legged cat. Natasha, this isn't a kitty cat stream. Yikes! She almost took out my table. Naughty cat. Alright, let's see. I'm using a wet palette that Adam gave me too. See how this looks on it. I should probably put music in the background like most people do. But yeah, right now I'm just highlighting. I think I'm going to try this Darkstone because it has more of like an earthy color. But I plan on doing like this darker... Let me see. I gotta get good at this. I'm going to see how this looks when it dries, but I'm going to work on the Catapult right now. Okay, I mean, you could kind of see it. I can't really zoom in or anything with this camera. If anything, you'll probably see my bald spot. You see, is that? Yeah, you could kind of see it a little bit. Went a little brown. not really looking for brown though. Let's see, it says that my microphone is actually picking it up. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Let me move it around a bit. I don't have a like a tripod or anything to put it on, so it's just a little webcam that I have. But I definitely plan on getting something better, especially after the latest video we did. Adam got like a really nice camera. Let me try moving that in a little bit. Does that kind of work? Yeah, it's a little close. I need something that can actually like zoom in. That would be great. But yeah, it's not. This isn't meant to be like perfect right now. This is just something new. So I probably just need like a decent 1080p camera. Okay, so X marks the spot here. No, that's not bright enough. By the way, those ball bearings that you can get, that you put inside of these bottles, worth it. That's what I got. I'm a safe cracker, so I just grabbed some metal bearings that I had left over from a job. Well, not a safe cracker anymore, I moved on. Bam. Alright, now I know where I about need to be. This is ridiculous. Alright. Let me see how this one looks. Uniform gray. Oh hey, look at that, I got a like. I'm doing something right. Yeah, this looks good. Just some guy shaking his hand on stream. The memory card shaking paint stream. Or if Adam was here, he'd be yelling in the background telling me to get an airbrush already. I know it's good, but I'm being a real cheapskate lately. Two likes, oh my gosh. I didn't even expect one. Again, we're not professionals here. At least not yet. Yeah, that'll work. you want the serious answer? Nexus? Yeah. Look at that. I'm a real professional. What I'm painting right now these are from Ironwind Metals. I actually asked them specifically for these, and they did like a custom order for me and sent them. But these are the beginner sculpt runs of the I call them the 4th edition box mechs because that's really where they started using them. But right here, there's the Assassin. It actually comes as the 101. I didn't modify it. Didn't matter to me. This is the Catapult. This one is actually one of my favorite sculpts because it kind of has the long legs of the classic one going on, but they're not as long. And then I got 2 Panthers. They're all just going to be stock mechs. But what I'm trying to do, this video is just meant to be kind of a gauge to see how this turns out. I'm pretty much learning I need to get better, probably some better cameras. But just kind of gauging, how just kind of seeing how this works out. But yeah, I'm trying to do. I was gonna do like a Free Wrestlehog Republic theme. Everyone does the like regulars and that. Well, I did not the regulars. Oh, there's a cat. Hi, Natty. Or like the Freeman and all of that. I wanted to do. I can't think of it. But they use a it's like a gray, and then they kind of highlight the arms in a blue color, and it's outlined in gold or bronze. That's what I'm going for. Right now I'm just kind of playing around with colors to see, which ones I like. I don't really like doing the stock colors too much. One, I'm not as good as everybody else. The other reason is I kind of like doing my own thing, which is kind of a cool thing that Battletech lets you do. You can do canon like paint jobs, but if you do something different, nobody at the table is going to freak out about it or anything. But, I mean, realistically, no one should. But, some people can get a little upset. I guess that's for the Warhammer people coming over. Yeah, I'm going to try and do this and pay attention to chat as much as I can. Hopefully, I won't just be seeing my bald spot the whole time. But yeah, I was going to probably run this for maybe like an hour just to see how it goes. Or, unless like my internet goes bad again today and disconnects. Or my wife yells at me. She might. Look at it. Look at that bald spot. Let me try. Yeah, I never got the Robotech minis. I missed out on a lot of stuff growing up. I really did. Like on the other episodes, I got into it. Really, I got MechWarrior 2, and then I started watching the cartoon, and I started putting 2 and 2 together. And it's unfortunate that I got into the game when all that unseen stuff went down. So I wasn't able to get all the cool mechs like everybody. It's one of the reasons I backed the Kickstarter, because I wanted to get all the classics. I was excited about those. Let me try. At least you can see them doing different colors. That's a plus. Try and move it up a bit. Do you like the? I'm talking to Nexus, but do you like the new models right now? Or are you more of a classic guy like we are? As far as like my painting ability, I'm okay at it, you know. But that's the thing about BattleTech. Nobody really seems to be bothered about how good you are. We're not like, and I'm not speaking for everybody because everyone has their idea on, what looks good and what doesn't. But as far as like painters for BattleTech, we're all pretty laid back. We're not like. I like to assume that a lot of them, or at least like a decent chunk of them, are like me, where you just want to paint something that looks decent. So our skills are okay. We don't go over the top a lot of times like they do for Warhammer. Oh man, Battle Droids, that's a long time ago. I started with 4th edition. That's when I got into it. So all of the minis that came in that box, or not minis, the standees in that box, those mechs are the ones I'm most familiar with. Those are the ones I usually run in games. I don't know too much about the Battle Droids box, but did it actually come with, did it have miniatures? Wasn't that the one with the Demolisher in it? I want to say I think that was the one that had that big Demolisher. Adam might actually have that thing. Yeah, I think my first was actually I got the card game before I got the board game because there was a person who was actually messing around with it. But I also got that because the cards actually came in. Oh yeah, I thought it was just paper standees. I don't know. I vaguely remember there was a box that they or something that came with that giant Demolisher. But yeah, like I messed around with the card game for a bit first. Kind of wish I got more into it, but I was really playing with it. And then yeah, I actually got the ad in Mech Commander, and it came with a little set of cards and everything. One of the other purchases I made in the beginning that I was proud of was Battle Force 2. I never actually played it, but it's interesting to see how Battle Force actually evolved into Alpha Strike, what we have today. Like, I was there for the whole ride. I remember when they were talking about moving forward with Quick Strike. Yeah, that's the other interesting thing about actually owning those old boxes. You get to see how things have evolved over time. But the Battle Droids one is the only one I don't have. Otherwise, I have all the actually, I don't think I have the 1st edition. No, I got 2nd edition and up that I just collected. I just go to like half price books and that. They wised up now though. I wouldn't recommend anyone going there. or paying the prices that they ask for. Sorry, I'm trying to stay on camera. I don't know. I like starting with a white primer and then working my way to like what I want the actual base coat to be, which is why I started with a darker gray. So I don't know, it like helps. Like my experience with using darker primers is it doesn't really, the colors end up like darker for me almost all the time, which is probably what they're supposed to do. But I'm not even a pro. Yeah, that Fox's Teeth and Black Widow, Jim Holloway, man, really good artist. I think he passed away not that long ago. Adam and I were talking about doing a retrospective on his art. That's kind of what we want to do for the channel. We want to actually like do content that's, I mean, painting and that, you know, it's kind of the same stuff you guys see everywhere on YouTube, but we kind of want to do commentary outside of the game itself. Not just like, you know, just like constantly gushing over everything, which can be, you know, kind of lame. I think, you know, a lot of criticisms on that can go a long way, and we don't mean it from like a bad point. It's just we, you know, us older people, I mean, I say older and I'm like 36, but we've been in the game for so long that it's not that we're being nostalgic or anything about it. We just don't want to see it deviate too far and turn into like Star Wars prequels. So, you know, Star Wars is everywhere now, so it doesn't really have that magic that it used to have. But we want Battletech to be everywhere, but we don't want it to kind of lose what it had. Which, yeah, it goes with the art, because there's a difference between something that Jim Holloway made and something that we see, like, for example, in the Legends book or the Ill Clan book. You can tell, like, it was like a stock image that just ran through filters, or it was a bunch of models. Which is fine, you know, because it does take talent to do that stuff, but you don't have that same draw that those old covers do, in my opinion. Hey, why do you want to jump into a game that looks like, I don't know, like, think like Michael Bay Transformers, where everything is on screen, you don't know what's going on, you know? If the art's like that, it doesn't leave that much for the imagination, or it's like really hard to look at. Kind of like my painting right now. I don't plan on finishing this on stream. I'm probably going to stay on here for like another half an hour, and then I'm going to review this to see how it went. And then actually, you know, actually work on making the setup better. But I don't know. I'm kind of liking it, even if it's not like a instructional, like, painting thing. It's a little hangout thing where we can just chat. I think what I'll do is in the description when I get done with this, I'm gonna edit it and put the was it the model numbers down for the miniatures I got on Iron Wind. So you know, so Carlton can know specifically what I am painting. Let me see how that goes. Man, I don't know how people do this. Is that better? Yeah, I guess that's alright. I figure this is an opportunity too. If I do this enough and more people follow, you know, I can ask like what you guys want to see. What I really want to do, which is kind of why I'm doing this 2-camera setup, I want to do battle reports. And I kind of want to do something not like how Battlebound or DFA Wargaming does it. I kind of want to do like more casual, like a more casual style. I'll probably do like a mix of Classic and Alpha Strike. But depends on how everything goes. Yeah, the problem is that webcam that I have doesn't zoom in. So I need something that would actually, like, focus a lot better. I wonder if it's because it's focusing on that. That could be it, too. But yeah, old school Catapult. 3025, baby. This is actually like my favorite version of it. It's kind of like a non-fat version of the Plastech one, which I do like the Plastech one a lot too. I don't own it. There's something about like the blockiness that just reminds me of MechWarrior 2, which is why I like it. It's probably why I like a lot of these outside of 4th edition. Nostalgia for Mercenaries, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. I'm surprised Adam didn't jump on to make fun of me yet. Or he's probably just busy. He has to go to work right now. I'm still... Work won't let me back until I test negative. This is totally one of my goals for the year, though. Do something more live stream oriented. Actually talk to people. Even though it looks like I'm talking to myself right now. even if people go back and watch this just to do it, I don't know if you'd want to sit through the whole video, but you know, I'll take requests to see what kind of content you guys would like to see here. Like I said, I kind of want to do. I kind of want to do different things than the other channels do. Like Wolfnet is more of your podcasty kind of channel. Black Pants Legion does like their own thing. Battlebound, they do their own thing. Uh-oh, battle value, here we go. I don't understand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what we were kind of getting at. Oh, hi, wifey. There's people watching me, believe it or not. Yeah, you know, for us, it's just, it would be cool to be able to just go somewhere with basically anything and just play. And that's something that Battletech hasn't honestly been good at, which is why a lot of, at least like my old experience with people, we meet up and then I would get like my butt handed to me by some clan player who wanted like 0-0 pilots because they were balancing off of like tonnage or something to get around it. And I was like completely new, so I didn't know too much about the game, and that kind of stuff gets frustrating. But like, I would really want to see kind of like what Adam was talking about. You know, it'd be cool to have like a set battle value that would kind of level the playing field. I know that's something that you really don't like. But for like a stand-up game, I think it's fine. But I really like the old school Merc campaign. I really want to play one of those again. To me, that's the best way to enjoy Battletech. Get a mercenary unit, run a campaign. Battletech is the strongest as an RPG. As a war game, I don't really think so. But if they really wanted to use their miniatures and everything more efficiently and get them out there, something like a tournament rule set would, in my opinion, be great for that. Especially with all the 40k people coming in, too. Like, that's something they're used to. Like, they know what to show up with to their games. You know, we do have to realize Battletech is a lot different than that, though. And for me, like, something like 6k battle value, you know, show up with a Lance MX, doesn't matter what era, you know, as long as it's like, it has a technology that's like tournament legal. For Ill Clan, they probably bump it up to whatever's in the recognition guides, which is fine. They would just, you know, it's something that would take effort. But yeah, it'd be like 6,000 battle value, show up with a lance, you know, it would say like, rule set, a game of armored combat, map pool, all the map sets that are available, each person picks a map, sets them up, you know, they could do something like, it's almost like Chaos Campaign, you know, if you really think about it. It's just not as vague. There's a little more guidelines to it. But yeah, like you know, set up your maps. You know, you'll end up having some maps banned, kind of like what they do with what was it? Like, I don't know, like StarCraft, like a ladder. There's a map pool that is used to level the playing field. You know, but it's unfortunate, like Battletech, you can't just use a map to balance everything. Yeah, I know. I gotta watch Rampage with the wife. I'm telling you, Jess, you should get in on this stuff. We need more girls in this game. We really do. Especially with all the awesome characters and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, like I could put them side by side. So this is like my second coat. You can see like it's almost like a complete different color, but it's supposed to be brighter. But since I used like darker paint in it, you know, I do it like kind of thin, so it looks a little worn out. But at this point, I think what I'm gonna do is probably dry brush a little bit with like something a little bit lighter, like at the top of it, and like a little bit of the sides, because like the arms, they're gonna end up being blue, and then there's gonna be like a gold outline. Same thing with like the legs, because it, and then maybe like the tip right here will be blue too. And then, you know, your normal highlights. You know, I got like silver paint and all of that too. Yeah, a mechanic like that would be really cool too. Because I think like what our goal is, we want to get like a specific easy pickup game tournament thing to show up at. But then like, yeah, if you think further into it, it'd be neat to have like objectives. It'd be a way to push Chaos Campaign a lot more, which is, you know, a popular YouTube channel like DFA Wargaming. They don't even use Chaos Campaign. They do like their own system. Yeah, you say no, but it'll give you an excuse to use all the makeup that you have. And then you could do my makeup on stream. I still have one of your tubes of nail polish down here too that I still use for details. Yeah, I've used my wife's nail polish in a pinch when I didn't have like a specific color I wanted. Come on, Jess. You'd be a pretty cool Marauder pilot. It would have to be something bigger than the assassin I like, because you always kick my ass. Oh yeah, there's a wash technique that Adam actually showed me that I really like. So when I do the details on this, I use my normal army painter wash. This is like my new way of doing it. I use for this one, I'm probably going to use the dark tone. And then either the dark tone or the light tone, I'll go over it. I got this is my little test guy. But I'll do that, and then I'll dull coat the miniature. I'll let them sit for a day, and then I use this technique Adam showed me. It's an oil wash. So what you do is you take some of this, some like paint thinner, and you put it in a cup, and you take I don't know, like some black oil paint. Like I got this at Hobby Lobby. This one isn't as good as the one he used, though, because it has to be a little bit thicker, so it really depends on what brand of paint or whatever you get. But what you do is you put the paint thinner in a cup, you take your brush, and you take like a glob of this, you dump it in there, swirl it around, mix it really good, and then I take this practice guy, and I take the brush, you dip it in there, and then you just dip it on it, and it just finds every detail. Like, it moves by itself. It's incredible. It was probably the most useful technique he showed me, and since he showed me that, I went back and I'll grab one of them. Went back to some of my classic miniatures. I went back to some of my classics and did it. Oh man, I wish the camera would look better. But yeah, this is Rasselhog Regulars. This is a Thunderbolt. See if it does it on here a lot better. Kinda. God, if it would just focus, like, it'd probably be perfect. That's unfortunate. That, or there's a feature in OBS that I don't know about to help the camera zoom. I could probably put a picture somewhere and show you, or when the camera gets better, I'll show this guy again. But yeah, like, on all these details on here, like, all you would do is just take like the brush and just poke it, and it finds every detail. So then what you do is you let it kind of sit for a little bit. I don't really know exactly how long, but I'd say like maybe 15 minutes or so, because you want it to get like somewhat dry. You would take one of these makeup sponges, and you could get these cheap at like any convenience store or whatever. They're real cheap. And you take, like, this one's dirty, but you want to use a clean one, and you take it, you dip it in, not the thinner that you put the paint in, but the like thinner itself, and then you squeeze it out, and you take the sponge, and you just lightly go over the miniature, and it actually like takes up. It doesn't go in between the cracks unless you do it like super hard. But like when you do it, it removes the excess that sits on top of the panels and keeps all the stuff in between. Yeah, when I'm definitely going to get a better camera, because it's kind of neat doing this. But it would work out too, because I want to do live stream games and that eventually. I'm sure you know about that wash technique. But, if no one else knew about that, it's definitely worth trying out. I would say do it on like a practice miniature first, just so you get the feel for it. I had Adam with me when he showed me how to do it the first time, and he did one of mine, and then I did the other, like, I had like a regiment of Rasselhog Regulars, and I did the whole regiment in like a day. Well, not like a full day, but maybe like 8 hours or something, because I was kind of taking my time and just relaxing, enjoying myself a bit, having a drink or two. But it was definitely worth doing it. Let me see. Next color is ash gray. Let's see. Yeah, looks like I got like 15 minutes left of this. The good thing is with this wet palette, this stuff is going to stay wet for a while, so I can actually like go watch AEW Rampage and leave this stuff here, and it would be okay by the time I get back. Well, I mean, if I'm only gone for, you know, like 30 minutes or an hour or something. Let me see. Dry brush. Let's use... this will be my oil brush. Let's try this one. Yeah, also back on that washing thing, you definitely want to use a brush with like a rounded tip like this or something. You know, like, you don't want to use like some real fancy nice, you know, brush for it. You can just pick up something decent. I wouldn't say necessarily cheap, but something decent. My favorite unit from the lore. I enjoy the Lone Wolves because they kind of do what they want, and it's a real easy mercenary unit to work with. But the one that I actually really like would probably be Hansen's Rough Riders. And it's really because of Deadeye Unther, but I do like Hansen's Rough Riders. Favorite faction is the Free Rasselhog Republic, which is why I painted all those Rasselhog regulars. I wanted to paint them before they became the Rasselhog Republic, so the unit I have is the paint job from the old Camo Specs book. And I went kind of based on that. I just added light blue highlights on like some panels to tell between the different miniatures and that. Yeah, Galtor campaign. That's what introduced me to him, because I found that book like, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and I read through probably half of it because I ended up getting busy at work. But yeah, like I like their whole concept. It's kind of like a free market mercenary. Like they basically like, they probably have like their one unit that's like the core, that's like the Lone Wolves, and then they just contract all these other mercenary units and give them supplies and stuff. At least that's how I interpreted it. So the personal mercenary unit I have, Litany Against Fear, they get money from the Lone Wolves. They actually join with the Lone Wolves, and they're kind of like somewhat funded by them. Battletech's awesome like that, because there's so many factions you can get into. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm doing right now. I think I'm gonna stick with this. I always start with like one miniature to get a feel for it. I'll paint it all the way, and then I'll just like do like an assembly line, all of them the same paint job. Yeah, that's basically like most mercenary units in a nutshell. There's something about the old setting that just has so much personality to it. You know, and it's cool to see the game progress. You know, because like we're finally getting like an end at like Ill Clan, but I don't know. It seems underwhelming to me. I understand there are people who want to get away from the succession wars, but why would you want to do that? It's such a good setting to begin the game in, to get new players in. because it's so simple to play. And there's so much you can do. Right now I'm just doing some really dirty and quick dry brushing. I know I'm not going to do, or like a lot of this is going to be covered by blue, but I still do it anyway. Because the only reason I do that is because sometimes I change my mind when I'm in the middle of painting something. I'm like, I don't want to do the panels the way it is in the art. I want to do something different. What I want to do, when I get better at that oil wash thing, I'm gonna see if I could find some like kind of like green neonish kind of paint and see if I could do like, because I got some clan miniatures I'm gonna paint up. I want to do like a Ghost Bear like second line binary, and when I do the paneling, I want to do it like normal, but then on like the last of it, around like the cockpit, I want to do it like a neon green so it looks like enhanced imaging. Like if someone had enhanced imaging on and they could see, like if they're looking out of their cockpit and they're looking at these guys, like it would be like it was turning on and starting to outline everything. Use this mat a little bit. That or Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. That's what everyone's painting right now. Or what? Comstar. Yeah. That's all that exists right now. Yeah, there's a point where you have to say, realism is just going to ruin it. But yeah, it definitely, it took a lot of the charm out of it. Hey, the 80s was so freaking popular, what, the last year? 2 years? Thanks to like Stranger Things and all of that. It's like, why wouldn't they want to keep the 80s in the game? Come on, man! I want an 8-track player in my Assassin. Probably make the cockpit a little more cramped, but hey, why not? Kind of see the highlights a little bit. It's still like that graded it was, but you can see like it's lighter in some spots. It'll help it out. Yeah, I think this dirty gray is what I want. Yeah, Swords of Regulars is a really, really good unit too. Honestly, to me, that is Blaine Lee Pardo's best work. Yeah, you can. I don't mind. Actually, you know what? If you're going to invite people, I'm probably going to jump off in a couple minutes. So I want to worry about that. Maybe next time. What time is it? Oh, shoot. Well, I have my glasses on. It's 8:56. So yeah, there's my progress on my Catapult. Compared to my other guys. Let's see if... Yeah, this camera is not good for zooming. Yeah, that's weird. That works fine, but... unless it's the light. Nah. Okay. But yeah, I think this is good for a test. I ran it long enough. But yeah, maybe I'll do this again tomorrow or Sunday, depending on when I hang out with Adam. But yeah, thanks for joining me for a little bit. I had fun. I'm gonna do this again. We had a couple people jump in. I'm pretty sure we would have gotten a lot more if I did like a premiere. But yeah, cool. I'll see you guys when I do this again.